I'm Ben Smith, aka known as Endless Empire. What I do is upcycle. I take old stuff, I turn it into new stuff. Typically when I build a home or something, it is actually really old material I work with. So let me give you a tour on what this building is right here behind me. Now when I showed up to this project, the only thing standing was the grain bin, and I had them pour concrete for everything, and he had an 1800s cabin sitting over here where they had labeled all the logs when they took it apart, and they wanted it to be rebuilt. There was no roof with it, so I had to generate the whole new roof system and everything for it. So this is actually original from 1800s, late 1800s. And then I did an addition between the two. This is the theme that's going on, is I wanted a cabin with a 1800s 1920s addition going to the 1950s grain bin. So that's what's going on with all of this right here right now. Come over here, and she's decorated it really well with some old antique tools and stuff. I used reclaimed metal for the roofing. This back here, this window, I brought from Texas. Right now I'm in Provo Canyon. This window I brought back from Texas. A friend gave that window to me for my merch bin, but that fell through, so I ended up using the window there. And then we got this addition hooked on over here. This is the outside. Come around this corner. This is the utility room. Everything is outside in this little closet, crammed tight in there. Come around here. This is the view that you get from it. It's an Airbnb, so this is going to be listed for vacation rentals. That's a 15-foot grain bin. This material on the front, this siding right here, I tore off a house up in Idaho that was from the 1920s. Huge house. That is actually a door for a window. That's a door laid on its side. I'll take you inside now. Oh, before I say anything about that, this is a shakes from an old shake roof that we repurposed. Now I'm going to take you inside. This door, I made the door. It's 3-inch thick roofing for a commercial building. That was the actual ceiling plus the roofing. This is a combination wrench. That's a square head wrench, meaning it's a square head nut in there. Square head nut, square head nut, square head nut. That is actually a wrench. So you turn the wrench like this. It takes this right here. This is a wrench. That's another square head wrench. And it tilts that wrench right there up. So when you shut the door, you take this wrench and you hook it into that wrench and you pull that up like that, and now it's locked and nobody can come in right here. That's just stuff I found laying around their property. This door is also a white cedar picket fence. That's what is on the inside to cover up the tar that was on the roof of the door. This is an old pillow window, not old, but new. There was a damaged frame, so I used that in this door. Turn around, and the chandelier is one of my favorite things. It's a hay trolley that I repurposed. It pulled out of a barn. I found this right here that covers an outlet, so the wiring goes up like that, like it's actually a rope, and it's suspended from a rope, which it's not. It's not even remotely hanging from the rope wire itself. But I sent her in to find a chandelier. I said, just find a used chandelier and I'll make it work. I'll make it look good. So she found that. It was like 40 bucks. What's really cool about this building is everything in it is a repurposed store. Most of it is Deseret Industries, which is a thrift store. $20 for that couch. Almost everything in here is used. The ceiling is a pergola. Those timbers are a pergola that came off their house. The top tongue and groove, that is the back side that was not the finished work in the building. The other side is that blonde, yellow, smooth tongue and groove. Well, the back side kind of got busted up. I said, hit it with a torch. She burned everything, so everything's burned. I didn't care if it had spots like this that were broken. and whatnot, where the tongues broke off, because we're trying to keep kind of an old theme going on. There is insulation on the top side of that, and then the metal roofing. This is an 1800s cabin. Keep in mind, it's single pane window over here. If you go to the window, I used a trowel right there, if you can see it. I used a trowel. You pull that trowel out. I got toy box hinges on it, and then you can push the door, the window open, and it latches. You can pull this back in. That takes 2 hands. Well, the curtain's in there. It takes 2 hands to slide that over. Gotta pull and push. It's really not that hard. It's just hard to record at the same time. Then you can take the curtain, if you want to see out the window, and you can wrap it around like that. So anyway, this is not built to be efficient. It's an 1800s cabin. Back then they were not energy efficient. Hell, they didn't even have energy. Come into the hallway. The hallway, like I said, that's a door. I ended up using the weather strip off that door and used it on this one. I had her pick out lanterns for the hallway just to give an ambient light a little bit in the hallway, just to give it that country cabin feel. And once again, the ceiling is insulated above it. Come over here, the grain bin. I wanted the grain bin to be a grain bin door like that. Come into the grain bin. This is the bedroom. It is not insulated, and it's very comfortable even though it's not insulated. That ceiling fan moves a lot of air. If you get hot in the summertime, if you get hot in here, you take this pole right here, this bamboo, and you go up to the skylight and you push right there, and that lets the heat out. It is amazing how much heat you can let out of this roof just by doing that. And then you can take this hook onto it and pull it down. But right now it's December. The heaters don't need to be on because the sun is hitting the metal and it's warming the room up on its own. So it actually, I've slept here the last 3 nights, and there's a heater there and a heater there. It's a very, very comfortable grain bin. Very comfortable. We'll take you to the bathroom. It's got a little mini fridge, microwave. This key right here is in case you accidentally lock yourself out. This door right here, I built that at home. I built that door at home. That is tongue and groove. This right here, this is a Model T step for a car. This is where it would bolt on, and it was, if you flipped it over, that's where you'd put your foot. Now let's go into the bathroom. This is this right here is the latch. It's a trunk latch for the handle. It's designed for trunks, like a trunk. So that's how you shut the door. She's got a nice antique closet that was apparently her grandpa apparently made that or something. Then over here, I put the plumbing on the inside of the building because I wanted everything on the inside of the wall. That wall is insulated, but I wanted everything exposed. I took the pipe around the corner and I sat these shelves on top of it, so you can have shelves. See how the pipe goes across? So it actually, the plumbing is actually functional as ornamental. The shower is a watering trough with a pebble floor. This is what I've learned with watering troughs, is to treat it like a shower pan so you can slope the water to a drain. This worked really, really, really well. You look up top, that's how you put your soap, everything hanging from that. This right here is a wagon wheel. that I found in their yard. It's the metal frame of a wagon wheel, so that holds the shower curtain. This is a 4-foot tub, by the way. And a 4-foot tub, I mean, I don't know who has a problem with the 4-foot shower, because there was some complaints that they couldn't shower with the curtain all around them because they'd be touching the shower. Well, guess what? You would have to be really obese to be able to touch the shower curtain at every movement. This window trim is double stepped like it is because that's all I could find that was deep enough to go around the window. I had to double step it because I didn't have anything wide enough that was painted to give it a contrast. I had one piece of crown mold to work with on their inventory. This black walnut windowsill, that came from a follower of mine all the way from New Mexico. Keep in mind, this is Provo Canyon. In the bathroom, this window right here, this windowsill, also came from the same person. This is a latch off of the pillow window on the front door. You move that, window pops open, pull it back. It's another two-handed thing. There we go. But anyway, this is not built for efficiency. Another electric heater. It is built for the aesthetic purpose of being old. It's not energy efficient, but it's not lived in like it's a house. It's just a really expensive playhouse that is an Airbnb that you can actually rent.